Hey, welcome to the Mindset with Mary podcast. If you're ready to manifest a life you truly love and you're ready to stop putting your goals and dreams on the back burner, baby girl, you are in the right place. I'm your host, Mary DeRember, life and mindset coach, here to help busy, outgoing women turn chaos into clarity, burnout into badass, and self-doubt into unstoppable confidence. Each week, I'll share powerful mindset tools, manifestation strategies, productivity hacks, and no-fluff confidence tips, all with a touch of spiritual baddie. So grab your favorite drink, press play, and let's rise and manifest together. Hello. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I am just hopping on to share with you something that I came across on Pinterest. And I just had this burning feeling that I needed to share it with you. In fact, I shared it with a couple of my clients last week because I just believe that the women I am manifesting into my world, the people that I am meant to help, are also working on generational patterns with me. They are breaking down patterns that have been within their family line for years. And if you're like, okay, what are you talking about? I want to know more. Here's the thing. When it comes to reaching your goals and dreams, when you have these external desires and it feels like you get stuck in this big goal, right? You're good at so many things, but there's this one area of life that you feel like you keep getting stuck in. And every time you go to work on it, it triggers these old patterns in you, these patterns that maybe your mother had, or patterns your father had, or things that had happened to you in your childhood, or things that you may not want to think about but keep coming up for you, right? So maybe you're working towards manifesting weight loss, and every time you do, it triggers this deep feeling of unworthiness. Or maybe you're trying to create a business online, and as you do it and you're posting online, you find yourself worrying so much about what other people think. Maybe you're working towards your marriage and you're wanting it to be better. You're wanting to grow closer, more connected. And as you do that, you find these deep senses and urges of just freakouts being triggered. And you're like, what the heck? Why do I keep getting stuck on this one thing? Or maybe you're like, wait, I have a problem with all of those things. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe you find yourself, wanting to be a more present parent, but every time your kids are running around the house, your skin crawls. These are the kind of things that, while it might seem like just a goal or something you want to work on, they're coming up for a reason. The universe, God, your higher power, whatever it is that you believe in, this is a sign and a signal to you that while this might just be a silly, simple goal, this is a generational pattern that you are meant to break so that you can set the example for others around you. And maybe you're like, well, my family members, right, my sisters or my brothers or, my aunts, uncles, whatever it may be, you're like, they're never going to follow along with me. You don't know that until you start breaking these patterns. You have no clue the people that you're going to impact on your journey as you start to work towards this, right? Maybe you're working towards weight loss and you find that in loving your body more and speaking about food differently and showing up in family settings where people are like, oh, I shouldn't eat this. And you find yourself eating some of the things and stopping and pausing and just enjoying the food, relaxing, feeling calm, putting more intentional focus on the conversation, that there's going to be people that are like, what is she doing? I want to know more. And they're going to ask you. Or maybe they say something like, dang, I've gained so much weight. And you just listen to them intently. You listen to them and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way. Like, how can I help you? Because I think you look amazing. Like, I was actually thinking that you were glowing. Tell me more. Because I'd love to help you. Like, because I've learned this intuitive eating thing. And maybe it could work for you too. And you just start showing up differently when you start breaking these patterns, and you literally start impacting everyone around you. Instead of freaking out at work, maybe you're like, all right, like, I've got this. I can handle it. And someone's like, wow, where did that come from? Like, you used to freak out when I'd give you this task. Well, you know what? Like, I've got it. I can figure it out. I can handle it. Or maybe you set a boundary. Or maybe you walk into the conference room and you stand tall and you share openly and freely with so much confidence. Whatever it may be that you're starting to shift, people are going to look at you and want to know what you're doing. That's how you make the impact. These things are here so that you can shift what was not shifted in generations before you. And maybe you're like, well, there's no generational thing going on in my family. Well, maybe you're meant to break it for society. So I want to share with you this message that I saw. And here's what it says. It has this beautiful lady sitting in like a prayer pose, kind of, almost like meditation. And there's like this flow of energy coming down from her head, her crown chakra, and into the bottom of her root chakra. And it says, in like the heading, it says, why your soul chose this difficult life. And then it says, you didn't come here for an easy journey. You came here to break generational patterns that have haunted your bloodline for centuries. You chose the family that would trigger the deepest wounds because those wounds held your greatest power. Your soul knows that comfort doesn't create diamonds. Pressure does. Every betrayal taught you discernment. Every heartbreak cracked you open to deeper love. And every loss showed you what truly matters. You are not broken. You are breaking through. You are not cursed. You're chosen. The universe doesn't give you its toughest battles. The universe doesn't give its toughest battles to the weakest warriors. Your pain was never punishment. It was preparation for the light you were meant to shine. I truly believe that the women I am attracting into my space, into my program, into this podcast, I truly, truly believe that we were all meant for so much more. And that's why you're here. You have this calling, this thing that is literally, it almost feels like it has your heart wrapped in chains, and it is pulling you forward and saying, this is your path. Quit resisting it. It's time to let go and step into the next level. And if that feels like you are so resonating with it, and you're like, but how? I invite you to join my program. It is literally designed for you. It is designed for the outgoing woman who is so good at so many things, but there's these goals that just tend to trigger so much within you, and you feel like you're getting stuck in them, and you feel like you have so much going on in the external world, right? Like you're busy, you're going. It's like, how am I going to ever do the thing? And maybe you've given up on it before. I know I have. I've given up on this business before. I set it aside, but it literally called to me every single day that I did not do it. I would see people in Walmart or see people at TJ Maxx, and they'd be like, hey, how come you stopped doing your podcast? Like, it kept coming up over and over and over. This is your sign. Like, you are no longer waiting. You're no longer resisting. You are stepping into the next level and manifesting the thing. And you're going to start learning how to do it in a very simple, easy way that helps you flow. And I can tell you this, the steps in my program, right? The clarity, the first step, clarity and alignment, that can be so fun to really, like, if you're like anything like me, like, and you're kind of rebellious, it can be so fun because what you learn is that you're really like, you're part of the society who has all of these rules, and you get to like step outside of those rules and get to start doing things your own way. You get to break the confines of what everyone's been telling you to do, right? For me, go to school, get a job, get good benefits, follow this pathway and you will be happy. Well, guess what? It didn't make me happy. You get to choose differently. And then the next step, which is really like rewiring your subconscious mind, because when you start going the opposite direction from what everyone else is doing, you're going to feel a little scared. Your ego is going to start coming out. Maybe you believe, like you believe that the devil will start stepping in. This is where you really get to start rewiring your mind so that your habits are not running on fear. Your habits start running on love and abundance. And then this third step of the process is really just releasing all of that resistance, letting go to everything that is holding you back, tuning into your emotions, processing the old past, the old traumas and past pain that are there for a reason, and things that you are meant to grow from versus stay stuck on. I find that so many of my clients want these big goals and dreams and they want to skip this step. And skipping this step and what it's doing when you skip this step is it's like planting a tree without digging a hole. You just put the tree on top of the ground and hope and pray that it's going to work. And another thing that happens is a lot of people get into my program and we start digging up the hole and they're like, you know what, I think I'm going to quit, because it's kind of intense, right? We're working on some big things. We're clearing, we're releasing. But if you leave that hole open, it's like cutting yourself and never like cleaning out the cut and bandaging it. It's like just leaving it open to get infected. Like you have to keep going, which leads us to step number 4, which this is where things really start to get good, because now you've like pulled all the weeds, you've dug all the things out that are in this hole that you're going to plant your tree in, right? You've gotten the rocks out, you've put the mulch in there, and now the tree's in there, and now you get to just start covering it and watering it and learning how to collapse time and grow your capacity for so much more. But trust me, once you do all of that, you do that deep work, you are no longer carrying other people's emotions. You are no longer him-hawing and tippy-toeing around people who are maybe narcissistic, toxic, taking on tasks for other people that are not yours to take on. You free yourself of so much responsibility that is not yours and start taking responsibility for what is yours, which is this calling that God gave you and you were meant to follow through with. And then the last step, and this is my favorite part, is really just learning how to allow yourself to flow and have fun. To allow yourself to enjoy the process and flow with the universe and understand the laws of the universe and work with them so that abundance can just pour into your lap like no other. And if you're feeling called, I would absolutely, absolutely love to have you be a part of this program. I have 2 spots left. We start on September 29th. If you are feeling called, please book your free consultation and we can see if this program's right for you. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.